Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's such a beautiful moment for you, a moment to make more reflections. Like our series, we are still focused around the family. Remember, the family is the most important and fundamental institution of every society. Many say the basic unit, meaning it is a building block through which all the other rims or aspects of society are anchored. This day, there is something I want us to reflect on. What is it that we want the young people to inherit from us? In Africa, there is a new trend that is moving, that's being practiced by so many Africans in many communities. The way we bury our deceased. Currently, Uganda is estimated to about 58 million Ugandans. Trust me that all this number at one point will actually die. And all the people that die must actually be buried. There's a new phenomenon of cemeteries. The cemeteries are beginning to be our new trend on how we want to have a decent burial for our deceased. And we always use so many aggregates. Some use tiles, some use concrete, some now use aggregates that they want to have the best burial for their deceased. My question is, do we really treasure those who are living or want to treasure those who are dead? Are we aware that there is one fundamental that we must always look into perspection? That much as the population grows, land does not grow. The size of Uganda will remain so for infinity. The size of the world will remain so for infinity. Assuming the 58 million Ugandans are all having cemeteries that are composed or constituted of the tiles, the good concrete stones, what will our young generation inherit in the next couple of years? We must be reflecting on the impact. This is good, yes. I have observed with concern in Uganda, dead people actually have the best places than those who are living. It is the dead people who are now sleeping in tiles, but those who are living are actually are in such houses. It's a little shaming, but that's true. Why must we put a lot of emphasis on a burial ground for somebody? Each of us will have a burial ground. Many people say we shall have 6x4, which is true. But the question is it the best we are giving to the next generation? Can we reflect? Can we think through? The Bible says to many who are Christians that from the soil you were made, and from the soil you'll go back. Simple principle. Why do you think God chose that principle? Because He's aware that as the number continuously increases in the world, the land will not increase. And the person who will have died must still add value to those who are going to live after him. What value? When you die, you eventually become a body that decomposes into manure. What would be ideal? In our view, what is ideal is that when you die, you have lived your life. You have now gone to the world of the dead. And if you are now in the world of the dead does not need that tile. No. It doesn't even make sense to the person who has died, because the person who has died. He has nothing. He is not aware that actually is living under tiles. But this person will be very important to the soil when it can decompose and it becomes manure. When it becomes manure, the young people can be able to have a livelihood. In most of the tradition, especially where I come from, we believe that all of us have what we call our origin. English people call it ancestry, which is very important. Our origin was marked by the bark tree. Anyone who died, they would bury you decently and then plant a bark tree. Do you know what that means to the environment? If anyone who dies, we put a back tree, how would the environment be? What would be to our weather, the rainfall? Would we be suffering this kind of climate issues? The answer is no. Where are we heading, friends? Under the back tree, you would now have some good vegetables, especially the dodo, the eggplants, the egg fruits, which would be helpful to the young generation. So the old would be contributing, so that the dead would be contributing to those who are living by ensuring that through them a sprout of a beautiful back tree has been made. The back tree would supply us some wood, can supply us some source of revenue in case it has been cut. The back tree would also be helpful in ensuring that it gives us firewood and many other things which are very important. But more important, it will be helping. Remember, the back tree is helping, but also the dead body is equally doing something because it's decomposing into manure. My view is, can we go back to our origin? Can we go back to our roots? Our roots are more healthy because they guarantee those who are living now and also those who are living in the next couple of years. Even when you die, you still remain relevant to those who are still living. If we continue with this trend of these graves, which are very well cemented, which have all the kind of good tiles, trust me, the next generation is going to be inheriting a cemetery. Uganda will be a cemetery all over because every one of us who is living, 58 million people are going to be, actually, they will die at some point. And if the burial culture remains, then we are actually going to hand over the cemetery to the next generation. My appeal is, it doesn't matter. Once you have died, you have died. Cemeteries would be very few. In most cultures, they were reserved for the royals because there are not many. Like in Uganda, only have one royal family. In Ankole, we have one royal family in case it still exists anyway. In Bunyoro, one royal family. So such cannot occupy that space that will be necessary. But I want to tell you that even where you are living, there are many people who are buried much, much before you could decompose. Let us preserve what is very, very important. Do others treat the dead body? Look at the Indians. They burn. Because a dead body is a dead body, is actually not going to be any beneficial. Once you have died, you have died. Why do we treasure the dead and not consider those who are living? Must we really be able to pass on a cemetery as the only inheritance that the young people are going to be living on? I would think that should be the fault, our fault. Something we can think about. We can do better. When you die, allow that you can be buried decently. Decently does not mean a beautiful cemetery. No. Or graveyard. No. A dead person can still be relevant. Let's preserve our environment. Let's preserve land where our young people can stay on, even when we are long gone. It doesn't matter how you're buried. What matters is what you left where you are still living a good name. Thank you so much. We shall continue from here in our next episode.